bro, how many times are you going to be blue tented or sit out due to concussions until you just step out of bounds?
Yeah, Christian knows.
When are you going to listen? Because he remains adamant about still playing the manner in which he's been playing. And I saw that earlier this week. And to be honest with everybody, we were going to do this on our show yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it came out. Yesterday. But there was too much going on for us to hit it. And for the lack of a better phrase, hit it. But I was going to show that and say, listen, Jaxson, they are talking about you as a running back because of your behavior to stay in bounds. And the people he's telling it to include Bobby Wagner. Okay? And you don't want Bobby Wagner to treat you like a running back.
No.
So I was going to say that. And then Jaxson Dart speaks yesterday, and he went to the podium and basically said, oh, I've heard, I hear it, and I'm going to do something completely. No, wait a minute. I'm being told he's still adamant.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, Kirby Smart said the exact same thing every time that he played against me. So did Nick Saban. So did every coach that I played in college. So this is nothing new. Just try to, go out there, play smart, and be available for your team.
What did they say? Did they say stuff like, he's not going to slide, we have to hit him? I mean, what kind of stuff did Kirby Smart say?
I mean, I can't, put together exactly what they said, but there was definitely a lot of interviews that, you guys can, we can all go back and look at. And this isn't like a new thing that's been brought up in my career.
I'm so nervous.
I mean,
again, I might be overly cautious. I don't know.
That's the dad end in you.
Maybe that is right.
It's like, come on,
I
man.
hear that. I'm like, oh
Help
my
yourself
God.
out.
But let me just put it in football terms, okay? I've told this story before. I'm sorry. I feel like you guys are like Susie, where you've heard all my stories 50 times. So I apologize. There may be just a new audience.
every day someone new's listening.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
True.
I appreciate that accommodation from you. Thank you, sir. Peyton Manning comes in the league from Tennessee. Marshall Faulk's next to him in pretty much every formation. And thus, when there was an interception that Peyton threw in his rookie season, 28 of them, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Led the league.
Marshall would be running off the field most of the time right next to Peyton Manning. And Marshall tells the story that Peyton would say the same thing almost all the time after many of these interceptions was, I didn't think he could get there, meaning the defensive back couldn't. He thought his receiver was open, didn't think the defensive back would be able to make it to the spot where Peyton is throwing it. Instead, he did throw it to that spot. The guy did make it, picked him off. Marshall said he'd let him say that frequently, try to let him figure it out himself, which, by the way, yada, yada, yada. He did. He has. But until Marshall finally said, he told him, Peyton, this is the NFL. They can all get there.
That's true.
Not in the SEC anymore. And that's what I will say to Jaxson Dart. You're not in the SEC anymore. It doesn't matter if Kirby Smart said it or Nick Saban said it. It doesn't matter, okay? Because these are now grown-ass men who can all get there. Many of them, by the way, and the pushback could be, and understandably, a lot of those guys who can get there now were in the SEC when Kirby was saying this and Nick Saban was saying this. I totally get that. And he may just be defiant in front of the media while addressing this mentally behind the scenes, but I still haven't seen it yet. He's playing just a little too reckless for me. 5 trips to the blue tent.
Blue tent in half the games.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is why I would be willing. The Giants have got 3 games to go. I know Jaxson Dart doesn't want to hear it, and I one day I do hope to meet him in person. I know a lot of these rookies who flash as well as he has flashed in his first season do make Super Bowl tours, and we would be happy to have Jaxson Dart on the program if he does show up in Santa Clara when we're there, in San Francisco when we're there. But Minnesota, And at Vegas and home for Dallas, I'd put Jameis out there, man. That's 8 straight losses now for the Giants. 8. And, you know, if I'm the Giants, I want that first overall pick, and I want the Raiders right behind me. And I want our co-tenants right behind me. And I want name me the quarterback needy team. I want them calling Joe Shane up and offering the moon, because you do have Dart and you do have Scattaboo and you do have Malik Neighbors all coming back. I just don't want Dart to be in the coming back category.
Yeah, Cleveland, Jets, Arizona, all behind them right now.
Honestly, Bobby Wagner's hearing, go and hit him.
Yeah, I mean,
the ball is life.
Yeah.
It is air. We need it.
I hear that.
Okay, and that's a Commanders team that's equally as eliminated as the Giants. I shouldn't share this, but I will anyway. But any father of teenagers, a mother of teenagers listening as well, understands. You know, teenagers don't like to be told what to do, and they don't like, because they feel infantilized, right? And certainly in this day and age of phones and putting downtime on them and making sure they're off their screens because they are the devil. They're even our devil too, right? These screens.
Yep.
I bet you Jackson feels infantilized by saying, "Son, you're not playing. We don't trust you right now because you're putting your head down, or we just don't need these concussions are happening too fast. We don't want you to do this blue tent thing." So the way to go about it, your 2025 season is done. You're awesome. The city loves you. The Giants fans have hope in you, right? Am I wrong? Am I overstating
I don't
it?
think so.
I mean,
I'm
I see where
overstating
you're
it.
coming from a health perspective. But when we first put that out on social, it was overwhelming that Giants fans didn't want to hear it. They
It
weren't.
was also 3 weeks ago when we did it with 6 games to go. Now there's 3. And he had his 5th trip to the tent, and he, after the game, was like, I don't know why they took me out. Like, I'm fine. I don't know why they took me out. It's like, the reason why is the people who are taking you out know the National Football League a little bit better than you do. And it's the same way that, again, being a father of teenagers, it's just like, hey, listen, I've been around a little bit longer than you. I know. And you know what the pushback is? You don't know.
No, you don't know. Dad, you're dumb.
So I kind of feel like this is a bit of a push-pull. I am dumb sometimes, though.
Yeah.
I can admit that. So I kind of feel that way. I understand what the pushback is.
No, I get you. Yep.
In terms of, winning football games right now, you don't want Jaxson Dart to go out on an 8-game losing streak. I understand. You want to put him out there.
You also don't want to win the last 3 games.
I would imagine it does not help them.
No.
So.
Well, and I guess maybe the best way to lose those games might not be to put Jameis in there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, because next thing you know, he's got 330 and 4
Yeah.
touchdowns and 3 picks.
Right.
And somehow you win the game. Like,
And then there's Russ. Russ is sitting there right now, man.
Here we go.
Russell Wilson is sitting as a third-string quarterback.
well, you still want people to go to the
Which
games.
is wild, though. All of these stats that I keep seeing in front of me about all of these rookies and these second-year starters and third-year starters, or Mahomes in year 7. Do you know who's right there with him in terms of first 6, 7 years of a career? Is Russell Wilson. Hall of Fame trajectory 100%. So, again, I am concerned that Jaxson Dart has this, maybe this is what makes him successful, this sort of rebellious, adamant streak in him. It's what led him to the Giants drafting him first overall. And you need that confidence as a quarterback. But right now, I don't know if it's sunk in. And I'm sure his point would be it doesn't need to. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.